Welcome back, Halo followers. Today I got quite a controversial story. It involves Russia and its direct impact on Halo Infinite's maps. This is quite a weird story, but one that is definitely backed up, and I want you guys, just disclaimer, take this story with a grain of salt. I think there is absolutely truth to it, but let me explain what is going on here. There is a company called Sperasoft. Sperasoft has actually confirmed that they have collaborated with 343 in the past, and I've actually double-crossed this, so this is a legit company that has worked with 343 on Halo Infinite. Their blog read on August 4th, 2020, that they have helped with Halo Infinite. The Sperasoft team is contributing to the game's content across multiple development mandates, developing components of the game, and experience working closely with our new partners at 343. So, who is Sperasoft? It seems like from what I've been able to find out here is that they are kind of a contractor company. They help companies with their services, which is going to help players with their experience in the games that they are hired to help for, game operations, analytics, and back-end technologies. They're going to really help fill the gap as far as setting up live service games. That's what I think 343 probably hired them for. Now, we have a source that says that this company actually has helped 343 with map development and blocking out things. Officially, they say we provide live content management, new feature development, and DLC packages to ensure our clients' games always keep players excited and engaged. Sperasoft is your go-to resource for client retention via live service support. This makes absolute sense. 343 has done something new. They set up a live service game. They did it sort of with Halo 5, but I mean, Halo Infinite's the real deal, right? It's a free-to-play game. This game has been built from the ground up as a live service kind of game. So with that in mind, it makes sense that 343 would do their thing that they do best, which is hire other companies to do their work. Now, this isn't as like really an attack on 343. It's really rather me begging them to change their ways. This is really not super great. And it's not a great way to do things, I think, at large. That's honestly the problem with Halo Infinite, is that they hired too many contractors, I believe. 4,000 to 7,000 people have worked on this game, and it shows a lot of inconsistency, UI limitations, and that's probably the reason why it takes forever, is because half the people that developed this game no longer work there, can no longer assist the team when they need to make changes to the coding. Now, according to WindowsCentral.com, there's a source that claims that they, who previously worked on Halo Infinite, have actually encountered issues with 343 as far of its map development pipeline. Maps are going to be free in Halo Infinite, obviously, right, as we got with Season 2. So directly a part of the live service in this live service game, we need maps, right, to roll in. There's been very few of those with Halo Infinite, only 2, and it's almost been an entire year. In fact, by the time Season 3 rolls around, it's going to be just a few days shy of this game being live for a year. So what the heck is going on? Sperasoft apparently provided assistance on Halo Infinite by blocking out different multiplayer maps, following the concept art given by 343 Industries, and using it to create a rough, unfinished draft of what the map would look like and play like. These maps would normally then be taken to another team to be arted out, meaning that they'd be given finished assets within the approved art direction. Firstly, I just got to butt in here real quick. What the freaking hell is the point of having a studio that makes Halo games if y'all can't even make the maps? If this information is true, then it really confuses me why they are outsourcing maps. It's not even the bread or butter of Halo, it is the meat. Man, that is what Halo is. That's what you're looking at and you're playing on and how the game plays. Why do y'all need a third-party company in an entirely different foreign country across the entire world to block out maps? This story might be a little bit too insane to believe, but boy, I have seen crazier things that have turned out to be true about the development of this game. I mean, remember, 343 spent probably a good amount of time trying to develop Halo Infinite as a hero shooter. Yeah, like Overwatch. And plus, they're obviously not doing a very good job, because Halo Infinite's maps, they play pretty well, but I have to say, they stand out as being the most boring, the most blandest maps I've ever seen in any of the Halo games. They are just boring and uninspired and soulless. They're just human bases and facilities. It is so boring and unoriginal. So essentially, what is going on here, it seems, is that 343 has outsourced one of the most important parts that make a Halo game Halo, and that is the actual maps that the game is going to play on. And so with the Russia incident and their mess that they created over there, it seems that Microsoft has cut ties with that, I guess, division, and that they are now unable to provide this support. Now, I'm not quite sure how this works because I believe Sperasoft is based in Silicon Valley in California in the United States. It's a United States company, so I'm not quite sure how this would all work, but it seems like the people that were developing the maps might have been over there in Russia. Now, this is another thing that we have to take this story with a grain of salt. This might be true. I haven't verified it, just so you guys know, but it seems like they are unable to provide that support now because of all that stuff happening over there. One of the basic elements of the map development pipeline was removed, leading to internal map delays as 343 Industries restructures parts of its pipeline. They say, we reached out to Microsoft on the matter, which declined to comment. That's Windows Central saying this. So this is quite interesting. Take this with a grain of salt, but what the hell? If this is even partially true, I am annoyed. It certainly goes in line with everything else that we do know about Halo Infinite's development, that the game was very outsourced. And that's not just for individuals, right? That's mainly for companies full of individuals that have no expertise, no experience with Halo, but just because they're good at creating armors, or I guess in this case, maps, which I would really say they're not, then that's why 343 reached out and hired them to do essential parts of the game. No wonder Halo Infinite, in so many ways, feels soulless. That's why Halo 4 and Halo 5 in the past have felt soulless, because huge chunks of the game, huge parts that mattered in the game, were outsourced by people that don't understand Halo, that have no passion for it, and it was just another commission. And maybe they did objectively a good job, but it lacks that soul. And this is a lazy thing to do. I really disagree with it. What is the point of having a 700 employee company, which 343 was recently confirmed being, if you're not even going to create the maps? Why even have a company at all? Why not just have 5 people running Halo Infinite and just hire every single other company in the whole world to just work on parts and pieces of this game? No wonder it feels so glued together. I mean, if this is true, I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, it's unfortunate with everything happening in Russia, of course, absolutely. My heart goes out to them. But I think this just adds to the frustration that I feel that this shouldn't even be a problem, because everything should be happening in Seattle, where 343 is based. The main bread and butter of this game's development should be happening over there, not through third parties across the entire world, in foreign countries. I mean, how is that logical? How does that help the game development? And is it really that much cheaper? Because quite frankly, many people like myself are bored of Halo Infinite partly because the maps suck. I mean, these maps are so unoriginal and a bore. I mean, honestly. But, guys, I'm just going to keep on ranting, but I do not like this culture of outsourcing Halo. And it shows. It really does show. And why does it take a whole year to restructure? I mean, look, if y'all can't make maps because you need someone else to block them out, you need someone else to develop these maps from the ground up for your first party game, the flagship title for Xbox, all right, for the past 20 years, maybe you should just recreate older Halo maps until this is figured out. Just an idea, right? I mean, unless they are actually creating the maps themselves as well, then I would just be done. I hope this isn't true. In fact, I hope 343 would reach out to me and tell me that this is not the case so I can tell y'all. But if this is true, oh my Lord, what is going on here? Anyways, I want to hear y'all's thoughts about this story. Take it with a grain of salt, but it certainly seems like it's true from what I've been able to research and find out. And also just the pattern of them outsourcing, it all makes a lot of sense. And we already knew that Halo Infinite had a lot of development issues before C19 before this whole thing with Russia, so I don't buy that as an excuse. I'm not going to say, well, that's why Halo Infinite is failing. 343 was already flopping months before that even ever happened, right? I mean, this has been a trend all throughout development. So, yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what your thoughts are about this down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Peace.